Hi everyone, I'm Zoe with True Crime Stories. Real crime, real people, and real horror. Tonight's story is one that shocks the entire world and divided public opinion like few cases ever have. It is a story of a missing child, a mother's behavior that raised endless questions, and a courtroom verdict that many still debate to this day. This is the case that forced a nation to ask, how well do we really know people closest to us? In the summer of 2008, a little girl who was reported missing in Orlando, Florida. What made the case immediately suspicious was not just the disappearance itself, but the strange delay in reporting her missing and the unusual behavior of her mother. As investigators began digging deeper, they uncovered lies, changing stories, and a trail of evidence that painted a troubling picture. The mother claimed she had left her daughter with a nanny, who was later found to not exist. Every new statement seemed to raise more questions than answers. The case quickly began a media frenzy. News stations covered every detail, and the public followed the story daily, forming strong opinions about guilt and innocence, long before trial ever began. When the case finally went to court, the world watched. Prosecutors argued that the mother had been responsible for her child's death and had attempted to hide the truth. The defense claimed there was no direct proof, and the investigation was flawed. In a decision that shocked many, the jury found her not guilty of the most serious charges. The courtroom fell silent, and the nation reacted with anger and confusion and disbelief. Years later, the case is still discussed, analyzed, and debated. It stands as one of the most controversial trials in modern American history. This case reminds us that the truth is not always clear and the justice does not always feel satisfying. It shows how perception, evidence, and reasonable doubt can shape the outcome of a trial, even when emotions run high and the public demands answers. What makes this case so disturbing isn't just the verdict. It's the unanswered questions. A child is gone, and no explanation has ever fully made sense, whether you believe justice has served or not. Caylee Anthony remains the real victim in all of this. This case divided an entire nation. Some people believe the jury made the right call based on the evidence, while others feel justice was never truly reached. What's certain is the truth that still feels incomplete. And that's what keeps this case alive years later. Behind all the headlines, courtrooms, and arguments was a little girl who never got a chance to grow up. No verdict can change that. And that reality is what continues to haunt this case. Sometimes the most chilling cases aren't the ones with clear answers, but the ones that leave us with doubt. Public opinion can be louder than evidence, but neither can replace the answers that never came in this case. Years later, this story still sparks debate, anger, and disbelief. That alone shows how deeply it affected people and how unresolved it still feels. Some cases fade with time. This one didn't. It lingered, unsettled, because closure was never truly given. The most haunting part of this case isn't what we know, it's what we don't. Some stories end with answers and others end with silence, and silence can be the loudest ending of all. And this is the story of Caylee Anthony. Cases like this remind us that the truth isn't always loud, clear, or comforting. Sometimes it hides in the silence and unanswered questions, and in the shadows left behind. Thank you for listening, and as always, stay aware, stay curious, and remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.